before we jump directly into the dashboard, let's try and understand what the Power BI actually is. So we'll spend a minute on that one, what the Power BI actually is. So the Power BI is comprised of two words, power and BI. Power means the one that gives you power. Everybody knows what a power is. BI stands for business intelligence, which means that the power the Power BI is giving you in power to deeply analyze the business. So let's understand this further. So the agenda for today's session is we'll go through the introduction. We'll see the various components of Power BI in the lab. We'll do data analysis visualizations in the lab. We'll design the dashboard in the lab. And I'll also provide you some tips on how to create the dashboards, easily dashboards and within minutes in the future. And business intelligence, what is Power BI? So Power BI is a business intelligence tool that turns unrelated data into impressive interactive insights. The dashboard screenshot that you saw that Aditya just showed you. So it has not come up overnight. So there was the raw data and then you analyze it and then you design the dashboard. So it's an art and a science. And over here, you also connect various data sources, not just the Excel, you can connect data from anything. There are maybe 200 data sources that you can connect, but the end result would remain the same. So you can connect various data sources to visualize and discover important aspects and share your insights. And it is used to create reports, dashboards, and providing access to the data. That's what Power BI is used. Any questions so far? Just type in N for no, Y for yes. I'm looking at your chat on the other screen. Okay, great. And this is kind of a dashboard that Aditya has showed you. So we'll be using this one. We'll be creating by the end of this session. You will have something like this. And I would like to see every one of your dashboard that you create, screenshot, share it with me. Okay, let's jump directly onto the lab. So please make sure you have Power BI open on your computer. Everybody open Power BI. So we got a question here. What is the difference? I'll try and answer all of your questions. We got a huge audience here. So I'll try and take up all your questions. And if you want me to explain something, just type in, don't just say explain. So just type in explain and what topic you want me to explain again. So here is a question which says...
we'll try our best to answer all the questions, but it won't be physically possible for us to take all the questions, because if we do that, we'll feel lost in the session. There is a lot of value that we want to deliver per every minute. So we'll try to take in questions, but not everyone's question. For everyone's question, you can note your questions. We'll try to take it towards the end. Okay? Clear? Clear to each and everyone? Not physically possible to take everyone's questions in the session. Clear? Okay, guys. Perfect.
Okay, so make sure you have this Power BI desktop application open. If it is open, just type in Y in the chat box. So these Y and N will help me understand that we all are on the same page. Okay, I see a lot of Y. So let's get started. You have the Excel file. You have downloaded the Excel file, right? So you have saved it on your computer, somewhere on your computer, most probably in your downloads folder. So before we jump into the Excel file, let's take a look at this Power BI dashboard. So over here, the Power BI is the structure of this dashboard. So we got here the tabs here. At the very top, you have these tabs. And at the very top, just above the tabs, we have this quick access toolbar. Let me change the color here. How about this one? So this is quick access toolbar. You got a name of your application. These are tabs. Within these tabs, let me clear these drawings. Now within these tabs, you see those thin lines over here, one over here, one over here. You see those? Keep typing yes or N, Y or N in the chat. So we see those thin lines. Now these thin lines are actually called as group. And within those group, you have these names. You see those names? Data group, queries group, insert group, calculations, clipboard. So these are called groups. Now I might ask you to, let's say, go to the home tab in the data group, or in the queries group, or in the insert group. So this is used to refer. You don't need to learn these, but you should be familiar with this. Without taking much time, let's take a look at other tabs. So we got our home tab where we can import data, we can transform the data, and we can insert some visualizations here. In the insert tab, we got some visualization insert, we got some AI visuals, and we have some power platforms and elements. Modeling tab is used to connect different data sources, build relationships. View tab is all about visuals. And when you're in the view tab, we got themes here. You can change different colors, maybe light, maybe dark. Scale to fit, mobile page options. In the show pane, in the page options, please ensure you got these three buttons. Everybody see these three buttons here: grid lines, snap to grid, lock objects. Everybody have these three buttons in page options, and make sure, and you see all of them are unchecked, right? Yes, all of them are unchecked. Make sure you check box grid lines and snap to grid. Make sure you check both of these, grid lines and snap to grid. Both of them should be checked. Please ensure they are checked. And when they are checked, just type in C in the checkbox that you have checked both of them, grid lines and snap to grid. Okay, great. I see a lot of CCC. Yeah, checked or C will work. Doesn't matter, it's a small C or capital C. So then we have optimize. Over here, we can optimize some presets. We can do some performance analysis, and some other features are also there. Help is also available to you. Let's go back to the home tab here. And over here on the right side, on the screen here, where is the pen? Okay, you see these dotted lines here. You see these dashed lines. Now this is the entire portion is called canvas. This is called canvas. Now canvas is where you actually start your design. Now you have a piece of paper, piece of a sheet, and you design, maybe make some drawings. So that portion is called canvas. And this dash line will set the limit. You can't go beyond these limits. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to design, you have to design within these lines. Clear so far? On the right side, on the left side over here, you got 3 or 4 buttons here. Some of you may have 3 buttons, some of you may have 4 buttons. Now the first option, if you hover your mouse to any of these buttons, you got these tips here. These are called balloon tips. Now if you hover your mouse, don't click anything, even just hover your mouse over any of this button. How about this one? So you get this, the pop-up that you get is called a balloon tip. Over here, it's a report view. Now we are currently in the report view. Then you have a table view. Then you have relationships or model view, right? Where you can connect different data sources. So everything, the magic happens in the report view. And in the center of the screen, you see the various locations where you can add data to your report. You need to add data to your report. So before you create a report or dashboard, you need to add the data. Clear so far? So far clear? Just type in Y, yes, and for no. Okay, great. On the right side, you got the navigation pane. After this dotted line, over here, you got 3 navigation pane. The first is filter, the second is visualization, and the third one is data. Now, these are called navigation panes. Now, you can pop them out and you can pop them, drop them. Now, these are the navigation panes. Now, if you upload any file, the data, all the headers will come here. To create visualizations, you need a visualization, which is very important. We will be using it through. Filters are not really used too much. So they are used to filter the data within those visualizations. So once your dashboard is created, you want to analyze the data, you want to see some items, you don't want to see some items, so you can filter that out. And you can simply, if you want, you can collapse them or expand them. I keep them collapsed because they are not often quite used. So this is all about the dashboard, the overview of the Power BI dashboard or the screen that you're looking at. Ready to load the data? I mean, why? If you're ready to load the data? Okay, great. Now on the screen, you have import data from Excel. Now we have an Excel file that we have shared with you. You have saved the Excel file on your computer. Should be in your downloads folder. My Excel file is also saved just moments ago. So I click on this import data from Excel. And you have this file, Big Shop Sales. So you have this file, Big Shop Sales. Click on that. Everybody click on Big Shop Sales. And then click on Open. So once you click on Big Shop Sales, then click on Open. Ready? Everybody click on Open. And once you click on Open, just type in O in the chat box. Just type in O in the chat box. Once you click on Open. Okay, I see a lot of O. And Power BI will take some time to load the data, to understand, to read it. And you'll see this navigator. If you see this navigator, just type in N in the chat box. Okay, great. Now, in the navigator, the file that you just opened, Big Shop Sales, within that file, if you have opened that Excel file, you would see there is a sheet called raw data. So whatever sheet is there, the raw data, you will see that. Now, if you click on this, make sure this is checked. If you have multiple sheets, you'll have multiple sheets over here, and you can import all of them. My Excel file has only one sheet, so you see only one sheet here. Over here, this is the preview. It says preview of downloaded data. So I see that's preview. Okay, this is the data that is there. And then once it is done, then you need to click on load. So once it is done, click on load. Just type in L in the chat box. Just type in, yeah, suggested table is the same thing. Even if you use this one, that one, yeah, doesn't matter. It's just a suggestion from Power BI. So click on L, load. Type in L once you click on load. Anybody has any issues? Anybody got stuck somewhere? Just put in your question in the chat box. Okay, great. And I'm clicking on load. And it will take some time. It will do its analysis, do its permutation combinations, and then it will load the data, depending upon what size of the data it is. And it is saying load data, creating connection in model. Yeah. After navigator, please click on that checkbox of the file, the raw data, and then click on load. Yes. So once you load the data will be loaded here. And in the data navigation pane, you'll see that raw data. Everybody see that in the data navigation pane, you see that raw data. Okay. And if you can expand and collapse it, you can expand or you can collapse it. And you'll see all the headers over here. You see all the headers there, right? Everybody see all the headers here? We got customer, date, item cost, number of item, product, region, salesperson. Okay. Now on the left side, everybody goes to the left side. On the far left, you see the table view. Let's click on the table view. Once you click on table view, just type in T in the chat box. I will know that you're on the table view. And you'll have something like this. And the data will load here. Now, because you also need, on Monday, you have a meeting. So because you also need to analyze the data, provide the insights, you should know your data well in advance, right? Because only then you can provide insight. What was the case study? You need to provide valuable insights. Now let's understand this data. What is this data all about? And based on what we go through, you'll put in the chat what your understanding is. So we got different salespeople here. How many of them are there? We got so many people out there. Maybe 10 or 12 people out there. We got different salespeople selling different products. Sofa, couch, center table, marble table, dining table. In different regions, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest, to different customers. Okay, on a 2-year period, so 2021 to 2022. So it's a 2-year sales period, and we got some item cost and number of items. So what is that say? What is the data all about? What is the data all about? Just put in the chat box. What do you think? What do you think the data is about? We have different salespeople selling different products to different regions to different customers. Yes, furniture sales. So the data is all about sales, and they are selling some furniture. So it's a furniture sales. We got Metro Emporium, Elite Design, Style and Spa, right? So we got furniture sales selling different products for a period of 2 years. So it's a 2-year, yes, for last 2 years. That is correct. So we got salespeople selling different products to different regions and to different regions and different customers on a 2-year period. We got item cost, number of items. We got item cost and number of items. Now there is something missing. Yes, the revenue is missing. The cost is missing. We got item cost, number of items. Now something is missing. The revenue is missing. Revenue means the total sales is missing, which means that item cost into number of items. So that is missing in the Excel file. That is why it is not imported. So we can create different columns here. We can transform this data here. Because it's not done in the Excel file, we will be doing it right here. Ready? So for this, we will be using DAX, which is called data analysis expressions, which are simply called as formulas in a layman term. But in Power BI, we use this. We don't use formula. We use DAX, data analysis expression. So we will be using some DAX functions here in order to calculate make some calculations here. Very simple, easy to use, just very logical. So everybody see in the column tools on the far right, you see new column. Everybody see new column? Just type in NC in the chat box. If you see new column, NC, NC, NC. Okay, great. All right, see a lot of NC. Now if you click on NC, a new column will get inserted to the far right. At the end of the column, you'll have a new column. And the magic is, if you click outside, it will go away. If you click outside, it will just go away. So the idea is, if you are inserting a new column, you need to act quickly. So I click on new column again. Ready? I'm clicking on new column. You watch it first. I'm clicking on new column, and you have immediately a formula bar gets activated. A formula bar gets activated with the column is equal to, and there is a blinking cursor. There is a blinking cursor. So I'm going to column and I'll change this name. Column is what? The header name. Where is the column coming from? The header name. So I don't want this header name to be column. I want this header name to be revenue. So I put in revenue. I just overtype it, or you can remove it and type it. Doesn't matter. So we got revenue, and revenue is equal to revenue. I'll put this in the chat. Don't worry. I'll copy this and paste it in the chat for you. So revenue is equal to item cost into number of items. So I don't have to do anything. I'll simply type item cost as my header is. As soon as I type item cost, it says item cost. Item cost, and I select item cost and then space multiply by number of item. I type it number of and it says number of item, and then press enter, and boom, I press enter. It will automatically do the calculations. I'll put this in the chat box for you so you can create the column and put this item. Revenue is equal to raw item cost into number of items, right? So we got this revenue here. Everybody, I'll wait for a minute for you to do it. New column and just type it in. Revenue is equal to number of item and item cost into number of items. Done. I see one done only. Got it. Done. Very fast audience here. Good. See, I mentioned, I said earlier, I'll simplify these concepts very easy to you. So far, easy. Anybody find anything complicated? Anything tricky? Very easy. Easy so far? Easy. Yes. Okay. Now we got revenue here. Let's calculate the margin. So let's calculate the margin as well. So for margin, let's say I'll create a new column again. So it's all up to you. You want to do that, you do it. So I'll create a new column for margin. So this time I'll simply type in margin. I'll simply remove column, and you do it yourself. Margin is equal to what? See, the revenue column was not there in my original file. I created this column. Now revenue, my margin is 20% of the revenue. So your margin can be 30%, your margin can be 50%, 40%, whatever. So my revenue is 20%, my margin is 20%. So I take it revenue, which we just inserted a column, revenue multiply by 20%. So we don't write 20%, we simply type in 0.2. Revenue is, my margin is revenue into 0.2. And then what? And then press enter. And immediately, Power BI is so intelligent, it will automatically do the calculation for you. And I'm going to paste it for you in the chat box. Your margin can be 30%, 25%, 40%, 50%, 100%, whatever makes you happy. Right? So just put in the chat box how much margin you want to keep. 20%, 30%, 40%, 10%, 20, 20, 7%. Wow. So all of you are saying 20%. So great. Now we have actually, you know what you have done so far? You have imported the data in Power BI. You have created different columns using DAX functions. You have also used DAX functions in Power BI so far. You created different columns. You calculated revenue margin using data analysis expressions. So yes, you can calculate 0.7 instead of 0.2. Nothing wrong with it. Which means that you got 70% margin. Very good, huh? So now this is the view that we are looking at. It's called as a table view. It's called as a table view. Now here you can add columns, you can remove columns, you can do whatever you want. You can change the format. Everything is okay. Everything looks good to me. So now I'm going back to my report view. So I go back to report view here. So once you're back on the report view, and just to remind you again, on the view tab, I'm on the view tab. Make sure grid lines and snap to grid, they are checked. Grid lines and snap to grid, they are checked. Yeah, somebody says looking at customer margin should be more. Yeah, I agree. So make sure you have grid lines and snap to grid are checked. Now we will start to create the dashboard. We can only add or modify data in table view, right? Yes, you can add data, you can modify data. If not done in Excel. So you have now you're not sending anything back to Excel. Whatever you do in Power BI, it will remain there. Now we will start to create the stunning dashboard. Now, somebody saying, I've checked on grid lines. Where are those? So don't worry, they will come. Why do we need to check grid lines and snap to grid? I got a question here. So don't worry, I'll show you why you need it. Now you're designing something. Now designing a dashboard is something like it's an art. It's a drawing. I wasn't good at drawing in my school days. So I used those. If you're not good in drawing, what do? You create those lines, you create those tables, and then you start to draw to keep it aligned. So grid lines and snap to grid will help you align your dashboard. See, if a dashboard is there, but if one table is there, another table is there, it doesn't look good. It has to be properly aligned. It has to look beautiful. If the numbers are not good, at least they should look beautiful. So I'll expand this visualization tab. I'll expand this visualization. For this, we need visualizations and data tabs, both. We need both of these tabs. Make sure they are expanded. Make sure they are expanded. Okay, great. Now the first thing first, let's go to the home tab. The first thing first, every dashboard should have a name, and so do us. So we will start by creating a dashboard name. So dashboard name will be what? We will start with it in the insert tab, in the home tab, in the insert group, or you can go to the insert tab. You'll also have the elements tab in the text box over there, or in the home tab also you'll find the text box. So you have on both the tabs, you have the same button. On the home tab, in the insert group, you have text box. Click on this text box and immediately you'll see those dotted grid lines on your dashboard. Immediately you'll see those dotted grid lines on your dashboard. Everybody see that? Type in Y. Type in Y. Yes. Okay, great. Now I'm going to type it here. Maybe this is what global furniture sales, right? So you can type it whatever makes you happy. So I type in global furniture sales 21, 22. And because it's my title, so I'm gonna expand it, make it big. Maybe how about 28? How about maybe 42? And bold it. Select this one and then select maybe 28. This should be good. Now you can change colors, but I'll stay away from that for now. We'll change colors later. And then you click outside. Now once you click outside, you have global furniture. Now this doesn't look nice. We need to expand it. Now how do? We click again, and then on these edges that you see, and these are called handles. When you click on that, any of the box here, you see those handles. With these handles, I'm going to expand it. And as soon as you move to the far left, you see those pink dotted line. Your dotted line from black turn into pink, right? Everybody, yes, type in P if you see that pink line. If you expand it to the far right, you see that dotted line from black turn into pink. Now, pink lines actually help you to understand that, okay, you are in center of something. You are aligned properly. You don't need to change anything. It's a guide that helps you to align the data. And how does it come? If you have this option, snap to grid, check, you will automatically activate those pink lines. Now see the magic here. I'm expanding this to the right. And immediately, as soon as I reach the center of my dashboard, I'll have that pink line activated. Now that will tell me that I have reached the center. And here we go. You see that? And it is exactly the center. Now this is the function of the guide. Done? Everybody type in P. Yeah, I'm going slow, don't worry. Type in P. If you have seen the pink lines and the text box is properly aligned in the center. And then as soon as you leave it, the pink line will go away. As soon as you leave it, pink line will go away. And now I'm going to make it a little smaller here. How about this one? Maybe this. It should look good. Maybe I'll make it bold. Maybe how about 32? Now I can maybe increase the size here. And I click outside. And over here, I got a big title here. Done? Okay, explain what? I explain these pink lines. Pink lines are actually guides that helps you align the dashboard or the content properly on the screen. Right? Done? Everybody has text box. Just type in TB in the chat box. Just type in TB in the chat box so I know that you got a text box there. Okay. Yeah, either TB or TBE, one and the same thing. I'll consider it as TB. Okay, great. I got a lot of TB also, some TBs or some T as well. Okay, great. Now we got this dashboard here. Now you see those grid lines here. Now you know the purpose of those grid lines, and grid lines are very helpful. And one tip I want to share with you from my experience, although it's not necessary, but as a tip, I would suggest always start to create the dashboards from the bottom. Always start to create it from the bottom. It is not necessary, it is not mandatory, but it's a tip. From my last several years of experience, I can tell you, if you start from the bottom, you'll not end up with the space problem. Right? So the first thing, we will start create some visualizations. So on to the visualizations tab, we got several of those. If you hover your mouse to anyone, it will tell you what visualization you're on. It's a stacked bar chart, it's a stacked column chart, it's a cluster bar chart, it's a cluster column chart. Now, what are those? How do they look like? Let's create a column chart first. And cluster column chart. In the row first, this is the row, these are the columns. So in the first row, the fourth chart is clustered column chart. It's regular column chart. So I click on that, and immediately you'll see that visualization popped on the screen, on my dashboard, on my canvas. So it is there, right? Everybody. And now what I want to do is, you see, if I start to drag it, the moment I start to drag it, I see those pink lines activated, telling me that I am in the center. And I'm going to bring it to the very bottom here. And I got 3 pink lines now. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. So 3 pink lines are there, telling me that my visualization, my cluster column chart is properly aligned. I'm going to leave it, and those pink lines will go away. Done. I'll do it. I'll wait for you to do it, and then we will continue. So everybody see that, right? We're on the same page. Now make sure this visualization, the cluster column chart is okay. Those pink lines are actually red. Okay, okay, yeah. Actually, I'm 16-bit color. So these we got this visualization here, and below that visualization, now we got x-axis, y-axis, legend, small multiples, tooltip. So we got several of those, but important items are x-axis and y-axis and legends. Now these 3 items are very important. Now here, let's say we want to see, we can create now dashboards. And how do we create dashboard? We want to put in the data. Where is the data? In the data group. In the data visualization, we have the data. Let's say I want to see date-wise, let's say date-wise margin. So I'm going to put in margin. Now anything which is a value will go into the y-axis. So I'm going to put in y over margin here. Margin is a number, right? So I'm going to put in a margin here, and I want to see date-wise margin. Over here, it says the margin. You got a big bar here. And I'm going to put in a date here in the x-axis. And over here, we got date here, year, month, quarter, month, day. I don't want to see quarter. Simply click the X. Now you might say, where are these years, quarter, month coming from? If you go back to the table view, you only have dates here. If I go back to the table view, we only have dates. Now Power BI is so intelligent that it will automatically convert those months, create those months, quarters, and years. That is what intelligence is. So I want to see maybe year-wise, month-wise. So I'm going to remove these quarter and these days. So I've got these 2021, 2022, year-wise, month-wise margin. So it says sum of margin by year and month. Everybody, sum of margin by year and month. So it says, now the title says what? Sum of margin. So sum of margin means I'm doing the margin as a sum. So which is the value by year and month. I'm checking margin by year and month. So y-axis over there and x-axis over there. So once you're done, I'll wait for you to do it. I'm not touching anything. So once you do it, you just type in C as in the chat box to let me know that you've done. Okay, I see a lot of done. Okay, I'll repeat again. Right, for those who want me to repeat. So we created, this is just the one visualization. So we will create 10 more visualizations. So don't worry if you missed that, the second visualization will help you. So let's take out the second visualization. We'll be doing it from the scratch. The second visualization, almost the same. Just make sure you put in the first visualization, date and margin. Keep a note of that. I'll come back to this one again. So I'm going to create, now I'm in the center of it. I'm going to create another visualization. Now this time we can create different charts out there. Now visualization is what? It's chart. So we want to create a chart. Now we use the word chart, not graph in Power BI or in Excel. So even if you say graph, I mean chart. So I'm going to create a donut chart. Everybody likes donut? And it's not to eat. You don't eat this donut. I'm going to click on donut chart. Now, if you keep that chart selected, the previous chart selected, the the same chart will turn into a different chart. But in order to create a new chart, you need to click outside, create a new visualization, click outside in the empty space of the canvas, and then click on donut chart. And over here, I'm going to move it. I see those red lines or pink lines, whatever, and I'm going to drop it. And over here, I'm going to drop it again. Maybe align it, make sure that I see those red lines to ensure that my visualization is properly aligned. Now I'm going to drag it to the center again, to the center of the half center. And over here, I'm going to leave it over here. How about this one? So this one is a chart here. Now over here, I've got these legends and values. So I've got these legends and values here. Ready? You have this donut chart. In the donut chart, pie chart, you will see legend and values. What is a value? Value is a number. Value is a number. So let's say we want to see count of items by customer. So customer is not a number. Customer is a text. So a customer will go where? To the legend. And number of items, it's a number. So number of items will go into where? Values. So number of items will go into values. So we see sum of number of items by customer. Now over here, you might want to say that, okay, so far done, just type in, just do it, and then I'll show you one more item. And those who were not able to do the previous chart, is it done for them as well? Just type in all done. Okay, they say yes. Okay, great. Both done, all done. Okay, brilliant. I told you, it's very simple. Explain second thing. I'm coming to the second one. So watch the third one if you want to explain the second one. So it's pretty easy. We're going to create several of those. So over here, we got sum of items by customer. Now let's say you don't want the sum. Maybe you want a count. Maybe you want average. What to do? In the values, you see sum of number of items, and you see the drop arrow. Click on that drop arrow, and you have different items here. Maybe average, maybe minimum, maybe maximum, maybe count, distinct or unique, or count. Maybe I want to count. I change it to count. So I've got count of number of items by customer. You don't give heading. Heading comes automatically. Heading will tell you count of number of items. So we are counting those items by customer. And you want to change it to sum, you can click on this drop down and you can change it. Count is count. Count is total. Sum is that total of this. Count is number of items. Sum and count will be different. So sum will be different, count will be different. Average will be different. So maybe you want average. So whatever you select, it will automatically create the heading for you. So I'm going to change it to count of number of items by customer, right? Difference between count and count distinct. Count and count distinct is count will simply count all the items. Count distinct will ignore the duplicate items. It will only count the unique items. Yes, you can say it's a frequency. That is correct. Now, in Power BI, we create visualization only once. If you want to create a chart, we create chart only once. And you might say, okay, you just said we will create 10 more charts. Yes, don't worry, hold on. Everybody done so far? Just type in a big D in the chat. I'll know that, yes, we are all on the same page. Okay, yes. Now we select a chart here. We select this donut chart, and donut chart is selected. On the keyboard, type in Control-C, copy it. Control-C to copy. Control-C to copy, and then click outside, and then press Control-V. You got another chart, and I'll drag it to the right. You see those red lines, pink lines, whatever you want to call it. So you see those lines here, and you got another duplicate chart. Done? Done? So we got duplicate chart here. So our bottom line is over. Bottom line is completed with the charts. Ready? Yes? Now let's create those dashboards. If the bottom line is completed, just type in B in the chat box. Just type in B. You got all the charts here in B? Okay. All right, see a lot of BBB. Now, since we have already copied the chart, let's copy it more. Let's paste it more. So I'm going to paste the chart. One more. One. And I'm going to bring it to the very top here. Another one. Two. Over here. And three. And over here. See, those pink lines or red lines will help you align it properly. And over here. There's four. You see those lines? I've got this second bottom line also completed. Now don't worry, don't worry, not to message that all of the charts are same. I know we will be changing all of them. Don't worry. We'll not be using donut all. We'll be changing the chart also. How to copy? Control C, Control V, ma'am. CTRL plus C and CTRL plus V. Okay. Done. So now if 2 lines are done, just type in number 2 in the chat box. Just type in number 2 in the chat box. Okay. All right, I see a lot of 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Now you might say, okay, all the charts are the same. Don't worry, we will change those. All we need to do is simply select the chart. I'm selecting the bottom, the first line, the bottom right corner chart. And we will change those legend and values. That's it. So first, I don't want a donut chart. So if I don't want a donut chart, which chart do I want? Maybe I want a pie chart. So just to the left of donut chart, I got a pie chart. I select on pie chart, it gives me a pie chart. Now maybe I want revenue by number of items. So I got number of items, but I don't want customer. I want maybe region by number of items. So I bring it region to the legend. So I've got region by number of items. Maybe I don't want count. Maybe I want sum or average. So average of number of items by region, or maybe sum of number of items. Now or I leave it up to you. Whatever you want to select, just select it. You don't need to go by whatever I am doing. Whatever makes you happy. Maybe count, maybe average, maybe sum, whatever. There is no x-axis or y-axis. X-axis will come in the column chart. Right? These are the x-axis and y-axis. Watch it. How to just drag and drop it. Drag and drop the data. Drag it from here, drop it here. In x-axis or y-axis. So we got a bottom line almost fully completed with all the 3 different charts. Now at the top left corner, I got a donut chart, count of customers. You can select in any order. In any order, you know what to do. So this time I'm gonna change to region by customer. So I'm gonna change it to region by customer here. I'm putting region here and customer here in values. So you might say, okay, the customers are not numbers. So if customers are not numbers, it will count those customers. It will change it to count, but it can count the number of customers, right? If those are not values. So count of customers by region. How many customers do I have in which region? Over here, I'm seeing how many number of items I'm selling in which region. So all the data, all the charts, all the visualizations are different, telling you different objectives. The second one, maybe I want to change it to pie chart. So I convert it into pie chart. Maybe I want donut pie, or pie, donut, whatever. So there's a donut, maybe over here, I change it to pie chart. And this one I want to a donut chart. So I can have a pie chart here and donut chart here. So this one, maybe I want customer by salesperson. So customer by salesperson. How many salesperson are selling to which customer? So I've got this data out here. Count of salesperson by customer. And over, because we can only get a count, we don't get a sum of salesperson. Now count of number of items. Over here, let's say I want region by sales. And I remove them, just X them out, they will go away. And region by salesperson. So we've got count of salesperson by region. And in the fourth one, maybe I want this one as a pie chart, I change it to pie. And this one, maybe I'll remove existing one, and then I want product by salesperson, which salesperson is selling what product. So I've got 2 items completed. In any order, you can design your dashboard. It's just an example that I've showed you. In any order, how can we choose different combinations of the data for a particular problem? You can select different combinations here. You can select the chart, whatever you want to put in, you can drag and drop it. So I'll wait for you for 1 minute. Let me know when you're done. If the second line is completed, just type in C for completed. And if you're excited, so a couple of minutes ago, we knew nothing about Power BI. See where you are. Just type in E for excited. E for excited. And it's now our dashboard has started to take some shape from the boring, daunting, white canvas. We have started to create something. And who's doing it? You are doing it. I'm just guiding you. I'm just mentoring you. Yeah. So somebody says he's on fire. Yeah. Okay. Now over here. Now we want to design more. We got a lot of canvas here, a lot of space available. We can design more. Now I'm going to design here a different chart type. Maybe a combo chart, a combination chart. Now, what is a combination chart? Combination chart is a mixture of two charts, maybe a line and a column, bar and a column, or bar and a line, column and a line. So over here, where do I find those? In the second row, over here to the far left, you have line and stacked column chart, and click on that, or line and cluster column chart. So I'll take line and cluster column chart and I drag it to the right, and these red lines tell me where I am. So I've got this chart here, and I need to populate this now. Line and column chart. So watch it first, watch it carefully, and then do it. In an x-axis, or we got x-axis, column y, line y, right? So I'm going to drop here sum of margin. Where is the margin? Here. Sum of margin and sum of revenue. And over here, I'm going to type in number of items in the x-axis. So now you can drop in whatever items you want, sum of margin and sum of revenue, or number of item by number of item. So you can drag and drop, you can drag it here, you can drop it here. So you can do some permutation combinations, whatever you want, you can certainly do that. Nothing wrong with it. If you don't like anything, you simply just drag it out, drop it, or close it, or exit out. It will just go away. So maybe we want over here sum of revenue by product, sum of revenue by product. Over here, we got a product here. And now, in the line y-axis, maybe I want margin. So we got a margin here, or maybe we want number of items here. So we can have both of these items here, and we can also add more items. If we want to add maybe item cost, we can add item cost here. So you can have multiple charts here. So that is why it is called as a combination chart. So you can have multiple combinations of the chart. Can we do average, moving average of revenue? Well, you can select here revenue, and you can select here average and show value as a percentage of grand total. Maybe you want to do that. You can certainly do it. Now we are currently creating a dashboard for the first time, but more of these calculations you will have to decide what do you want to show. I'll not have to decide. You will have to decide what you want to show. I can tell you how to do it, but what you want to show is something you will decide. There. Yeah, you need to click on this. If you don't have the y-axis option, make sure you click on this one. Line and clustered column chart in the second row. In the second row, the first column from the left, from the right side. Done? I'll wait for you. You can drop an items in any combination that you want. Clear? Yeah, so these visualizations may be different. Maybe you have a second, maybe third, depending on which version of Power BI you're using. So don't worry if you have it all in the second one. So that's completely okay. As long as it is there, it is okay. So this keeps on getting updated every day. So even right now it says update is available. So if I update, maybe it will go away. Right, clear? Okay, just ensure how much you're charged right now. Yeah, are you 10x charged, 20x charged? We got this started here. How much you're charged? 10x, 20x, 100x so far. So far. Okay, we got 100x, 100x. Oh, I can't read those zeros here. So we will be adding more charts. So we all got 100x charged here. So a couple of hours ago, we knew nothing about the Power BI, and it is so simple. Is it simple? Is it easy? Just type in E if it is easy. It is easy. As a lot of easy. I told you I'll make it very easy and simple. So now we will add some filtering options. How do I filter the data? Maybe I don't want to see those all regions. Maybe I just want to see Northeast. So I need to know how to filter the data, right? So in order to filter the data, we will add some slicers. Now, maybe you are hearing this word for the first time. What are slicers? What is a slicer all about? So slicers are the objects, the visualizations that will help you filter the data visually. So slicers are available in Excel and Power BI both. So very useful feature, and it's a must for a Power BI dashboard. So where do I find those slicers? In your visualizations, you'll have this button here in the maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th row, the third column. You just hover, keep your mouse over it. You'll see that slicer. You see that slicer, right? Click on slicer. and you have this big slicer here. Done. Slicer on the dashboard. Your slicer is on the dashboard now. Now with the slicer on the dashboard, we want to first select the slicer that we want to create. And there is only one field. Let's say I want to filter the data by customer. Yes, maybe I want to filter the data by customer. And then you'll see all the customers here. And you'll see it's a big one. How do I insert more items? Whenever you insert a slicer, there's a rule of thumb. Your slicer should be, most of the cases, your slicer should be highly recommended a drop down. And how do I change it to drop down? You click on this, you see that paint brush, click on that, format your visuals. In the slicer setting, you'll have this vertical list. Instead of vertical list, change it to drop. I'll hold for a second, maybe too much. You follow me, reach up till there, and then we'll continue further. So if your slicer is done, just type in S for slicer. Okay, I got a couple of S only. Okay, now several of those. And this drop down. Okay. All right, so now we got a slicer here, and it's too big. Let me make it small, and maybe I want to insert more. Here is the 50%, and I'm going to drop it to the down, and here it is. Now, I want to insert more slicer, and in Power BI, we create slicer or visualization once, and then we copy. So I'm going to paste slicer one more. How about this one? I'll bring it over here. And here are the red lines. And I'm going to make it one more, two more slicers. How about this one? And one more. And I copy this one and paste it. And here it is. Here it is. So I've got all the four slicers. Now all the four slicers are saying the same thing. Don't worry. I first want customer. Maybe I want here, instead of customer, you can have product. You may want to filter by product. You may want to see how different products are doing. You may also want to see how different regions are doing. And you may also want to see how different salesperson are doing. So I've got four different slicers here. Everybody created four slicers. Repeat slicer topic once again. Yes, I'll create slicer again. Don't worry. So slicer is, I click on that slicer. You got a slicer here, and you can just drag the item that you want to field, that you want to create a slicer for, maybe salesperson. And once the salesperson are there, you'll see all those salespeople. And then you go to slicer settings, visualization settings. In slicer settings, you change it to drop down. Done. What are they depicting exactly? They're not depicting exactly. Slicer is what you use to filter the data. So let's say I want to see the product only. Maybe I want to see, right now everything is being shown. I only want to see 7-seater sofa. I click on that. Now all the visualizations will change to 7-seater sofa only. So this is what slicer are used to filter the data more dynamically. Clear? Slicer is there in every Power BI, so you need to look for here. It should be in the 4th row or the 5th row. You will have this slicer option. It is there in all the versions of Power BI. So if you're saying it, I can't see it, maybe you're not looking. Please wait. Okay. How drop down game? Yes, good question. How drop down game? Click on that slicer. In the format your visual, click on that format your visual. Click on that slicer setting, and then click on drop down. Done. Just type in Y. Yes, to answer your question, all the visualizations will be showing only sofa. If you select that, yes. If you select sofa, it will, all the visualizations will show the sofa only values. Okay, got it. Okay, great. All right, so we got a lot of visualization. We got now 1, 2, 3. We got 3 rows completed. Everybody excited? 3 rows completed. Just type in 3 in the chat box. Type in 3 in the chat box. You got 3 rows completed. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, great. Now let's create a line chart. So I'm going to create a line chart. Line chart is in the first row, first column, second row. I create a line chart, and I'm going to put it over here. And I'm going to make it a big chart. How about this one? I'm going to very big chart here, line chart. And this line chart, I'm going to make it a multiple chart. So I've got this line chart here. Watch it and then do it. I'm going to put in date in x-axis here first. And I don't need quarters and days. I need year and month. So I have date, year, and month. In the y-axis, I will change to count of number of items, and then I will also count of number of items. And instead of sum, maybe I change it to count, or maybe how about item cost? Count. Okay, will remain the same. How about revenue? And I'm going to put date again, quarter, and days gone. So I've got two different lines here. Which is showing me the count of number of items and sum of revenue. They're showing the count of number of items and number of sum of revenue. If you want to show the one line chart, you can simply remove the other one. So it should be good. And once you've done that, you got a line chart over here. Everybody completed the line chart, just type in L in the chat box if you have done the line chart. Line chart done. Now, when you click on the line chart, you don't see the number, data labels are not there. So click on that, format your visuals, labels. Make them turn them on, including the markers. So turn on the data labels. You'll have all those numbers. Turn on the data labels and the markers. Done? Just type in D if you're done with the line chart, DL if you're done with the line chart. Done, D, yeah, DL. Repeat, okay. You got line chart, and I have simply clicked on that format your visual, and markers, I turn them on, and data labels, I turn them on. Okay. Line chart, I selected line chart, put in a date, number of items. If you want more, you can put in product here. You can put in whatever you want, count of product, or maybe revenue or salespeople. You can put in revenue also. You can put in margin also. So you can different line charts. The idea is not to make it tricky, not to complicate things, but the idea is to show you what all you can do. The purpose is not to complicate the things. Purpose is to make it easy. That's why we are creating a dashboard. Done? Ready? Ready for more? Now, if you check carefully, the entire right portion of your dashboard is completed. Right? Yes? The entire right portion is completed. Just type in R in the chat box. R in the chat box. Right? And you can turn on that data. Yes, you can. Can I turn on the data labels for this chart, the below chart? Yes, you can go back to this here and you can turn on data labels and turn on the markers. You can turn on data labels for any of the chart. Nothing wrong with it. Right? You can do it. I'm going to turn off the markers or data labels. Keep the markers in. Right? Now, let's insert some more charts here. Let's insert some gauge charts. So now what are gauge charts? I've never heard of it. It's like a speedometer. Now gauge chart is, if I say speedometer, you will see that there is a speedometer called a gauge. So gauge is to measure. So I'm going to turn it gauge chart, and immediately I've got a big gauge chart here. Don't worry, I'm going to turn it, resize it right now, but let's move the item first. I'm going to see the revenue value is a revenue. And over here, I've got this revenue. What is the revenue that we have? And I'm going to make it shorter. How about this one? This is the 50%. I see the red line. I'm going to make it more short. How about this one? This is the 50%. I'm going to leave it here. I need to see another gauge chart. I'll copy this and paste it. And over here, I have another gauge chart. Now, what do I have to show here? Maybe margin, right? Maybe margin. I've got another gauge chart. So I've got two gauge charts here, and I've still got some space left. So what do? I'll simply make my title bigger. How about this one? Global furniture sales. I'm going to select it and make it center, and that should be good. So click outside. So if you want, you can make it smaller, and you can have more gauge charts as well. So over here, maybe I want two more gauge charts. How about this one? I'll make it smaller, and then I'll insert more gauge charts. How do I do? Control C, Control V. I've got another gauge chart. How about this one? And here it is. And I'll copy this, paste it, and over here, I've got it. So what do I to show here? You can show it anything. Maybe how about count of salespeople? 909 salespeople. And how about count of customers? Or number of items? Maybe how about number of items? That makes sense. So sum of number of items, count of salespeople, global furniture sales, everything. Now my dashboard is fully completed. If your dashboard is completed, just type in completed. Minimum value means if you have any minimum value that you want to put in. Yeah. CA completed. So your dashboard is completed now. Now what's next? Now our dashboard is completed. Let's take a look. How do I change colors? Yes. Meaning of minimum value. Minimum value is the minimum number that you want to put in. So you can put in any number. Maybe we don't have a minimum value for this one, but you can add a minimum or a maximum value. So over here, if there is nothing, the minimum value will be 0. And the maximum is the maximum that the total it will be. So now let's go to everybody. Dashboard is completed. Yes, every dashboard is completed. Now let's go to the view tab. Everybody on the view tab. Now somebody asked me, how do I change those colors and make it more exciting? So I've got these default themes here. So on the far left, you got these themes here. Everybody see those themes. Click on those, drop down, and you have different themes available. This report, accessible themes. Simply click on whatever makes you happy, whatever you like. If you like it, keep it. If you don't like it, change it. So maybe check. And every theme has a name. Maybe this is a city park. How about this one? Accessible Tidal. How about this? And accessible neutral. Now you don't need to learn these names, but if you just hover your mouse over them, you'll see electric, high rise, high contrast, frontier. How about this one? Frontier. Do I like this? How about this one? And just type it in the chat box which one you like. Which of the theme you like. And every theme has a name. Twilight. How about this? Dark theme. All. How about this? This is orange. And the screenshot that you saw is this one. Do you like this? This is called Innovate. I see a lot of Innovate. You want me to keep this one? Yes. Just type in yes, Innovate. Okay. So my 2022 is hitting. So I'm going to make it little small. Instead of 32, how about 28? This should be good. So I'll keep Innovate because everybody's saying keep Innovate. So I'll keep Innovate. And if I go back here, and it's not over yet. Now you can also customize the theme for you. Now, if you click on that, you go to customize current theme at the bottom. Click on customize current theme and you can change these colors. Maybe how about color 1? I don't like this blue color. Maybe I like a different blue color. How about the other blue color? How about this royal blue? Maybe this. And you can change it if you want to. You click on apply, the color will change wherever it is affecting. You see? Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. If you don't like it, you have an undo button. Let's undo that. I don't like it. I'm going to undo that. It will revert back the settings. But the idea is to show you, if you have time, you can customize. But an important thing over here to do is go back to here and in the title, KPI, cards, visuals, make sure the border is turned on. Turn on the border. You don't need to refresh. If you make changes, click on apply, it will automatically update. Click on border and change the border color. Maybe I'll keep it white to white because it's all dark. So dark border won't make any sense. I'll keep it white and then click on apply. And then as soon as I click on apply, you'll see all the borders activated. Oh, the color also activated. Let me change that color back. Undo. Okay. I now have these borders here and it looks pretty amazing, right? So does it look good? And I see those names here. They are too big. They're too big. Yes. Can you explain the border? Yes, I will. In the customize theme, go to visuals and you have this border. Click on that border and you turn it on and change the colors. And the header and name and colors text. Maybe this text title is too big. I'm going to change it to 10 and different font. If you want to use, you can use different fonts. How about this one? 10 and click on apply. The font color will also change. The font size will change. None? Okay, so now we have created the dashboard. Everybody's dashboard is created on a scale of 1 to 10. How much do you rate your dashboard that you created? On a scale of 1 to 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much rating you give to your dashboard? 8, 9, 9, 8.5, 8, 10. So an hour ago, you just opened the Power BI. Imagine you're doing it for the first time. And the first time you have created this dashboard, entire dashboard, all by yourself, all of this by yourself. Now your job is not over yet. You also need to provide the valuable insights for the Monday meeting. Yes? Remember, yes or no? You also need to provide valuable insights to the management. And you have now created the dashboard. And how much time it took for us to create a dashboard? Maybe 20, 30 minutes. And we were doing it all together. But if you now you know how to do it, how much time do you think you will take? That depends. Now I'm going to collapse these items because we are not going to need those. Now we have this dashboard ready. Now we going to need to analyze this. We need to analyze this dashboard. 20 minutes. Yeah. So now how do I analyze this data? Now, let's say, how about this one? On the bottom right, we have sum of margin by year and month. Everybody, watch on the all eyes on the screen, hands off the keyboard. Just watch what we're going to do. We're going to take inputs. We're going to take suggestions. We're going to take the inputs or feedback from the Power BI itself. Power BI has AI inbuilt into it, and it will help you analyze the data. It will give you valuable insights that you can simply provide to your management. And you see how it's going to go. So we have sum of margin by year and month. What does it mean? Simply right click, summarize. And Power BI, with the help of AI, will automatically open. The narrative for you. Will summarize this entire data for you. And it is analyzing. You see those? Everybody, right click on any of the chart and then click on summarize. Right click and then click on summarize. And you will have this entire summary of your data. At 10,58,942.18 bamboo foam couch had the highest sum of revenue and was 869.79% higher than glass center table, which had the lowest sum of revenue at 1,09,192.51. Do you think within 20 minutes you can provide such detailed, in-depth analysis by yourself? Sum of revenue and total sum of item cost are each other, and everything is on your fingertips. Imagine such kind of analysis you are giving to your boss. And imagine your stocks will rise so much. Count of number of items started trending down in April 22, falling by 5.71% in 6 months. Northeast accounted for 34.10% of count of customers. So imagine such kind of in-depth detailed analysis. That's what your meeting is all about. You need to provide the in-depth analysis. So in-depth analysis is provided. And who is doing it? I've not done it. You are doing it. Any chart, simply right click. I'm going to close it, remove it. How about this one? Line chart. Right click and then click on summarize. Right click and then click on summarize. And over here, any chart, you right click and then click on summarize. I'm reading your questions. Super, super amazing. Can you explain again? Yes. Right click on any chart and then click on summarize. And it will give you a brief, in-depth summary of your dashboard. Let's close this one. Over in the insert tab, everybody on the insert tab, can we store summary in a separate file? Yes, you can copy paste it. You can copy and paste it in your email and put it to your boss. Now, let's go to insert tab. Everybody on the insert tab and the AI visuals. You have narrative. Everybody click on narrative. It will give you create a text for you. It will create a text for you. If you see this, create on custom. And again, this is the smart narrative that you can paste to your boss. And imagine such kind of analysis you are giving to your manager. Now, I'm going to create a different page here from now to show you some more analysis because we don't have a space here. So I'm going to create a page too. Although not necessary, just watch it. What we're going to do, learn it. Over here, I have an option here called Q&A. Now, let's say if you're not there, boss says, you have given me so much summary information. But what if you're not there? Now, how to close it? You'll see three dots right next to it. Simply click on that and then click on remove. Let's say your boss says, if you're not there, who's going to answer me? Well, you can create full Q&A, question and answers. And you tell your boss, go to page 2, there will be a question and answer. He will answer everything for you. I'm going to make it expand it for a while. And you can ask questions about your data, and who will answer? Will you answer? No. Power BI will answer this for you. How about, let's say your boss has a question. What is the average salesperson? I type in average, AVERAGE, average of sales person. And here it is, average of salesperson. And click on that. And then it is 13. Automatically, it will start to answer all my questions. You can go and blindly tell your boss, boss, you have a question, ask Q&A. Don't come to me. Right? And even if you start typing, and you can type like a human questions, like how about count of sales in October, count of sales in October, and it will take which date? October which? In October 2022, maybe 2022, in October 2022, and there it is. And it will give you in-depth analysis of all the October sales here. All the October sales are here. And you can tell your boss, okay, boss, I am busy. I have this data. I have this Q&A. You please ask them. Don't come to me. Right.
Guys, let's say in the Monday meeting, which is scheduled with the boss asks you any question. Okay, any question at all, you will be able to answer it instantly. You won't have to be like, any other employee who would be like, boss, I'll check, look at it and, get back to you next day or, after some hours. You can simply answer the question right away. How many of you feel this particular feature of artificial intelligence inside Power BI is absolutely mind blowing? How many of you feel that? Type in MB in the chat box if you absolutely feel that. Being able to summarize any sort of chart, just right click on summarize. It is giving an in-depth analysis. Okay, go to Q&A, ask any sort of question. You will be able to get, answer your boss's questions in a matter of seconds. That is how powerful this is. Awesome. Great. Super, guys.
Great. And so I'm going to exit out, close it. And another very important feature we want to show you is key influencers. Now, what is influencing your data? Boss might ask you, why my sales are going down and what is causing my sales? This is a very common question, right? So I'm going to click on key influencers and you might not see anything because I've turned off the visualization. And over here, let's expand this. Now you want to analyze the data. Boss says, I want to analyze the data. Analyze why my number of items, let's say, analyze why my number of items are increasing or decreasing based on the revenue. So explain by revenue. Now it is running its own analysis. I'm going to expand it, make it big, although not necessary on this occasion only, doing it for you. And it will start to analyze is what influences number of items to increase. Your revenue is more 7.72 when what influences number of items to increase when the average number of items increase by 7.22. So number of items is more likely to increase when sum of revenue is more than 9232 than otherwise. So you can tell your boss that, boss, our revenue should be more than 9,000. Then our number of items will increase. And sum of revenue is how you inserted it. Simply click on key influencers and then in visualization, I inserted analyze what you want to analyze. You want to analyze, I want to analyze number of items. What is impacting my number of items? Sales means number of items. So what is impacting my number of items? Please explain this by revenue and maybe decrease. What is causing it to decrease? And where the revenue is less than 677. And then you click on average number of items decreases by maybe what are top segments. When the number of items is likely to be high, what are the top segment? Average number of items, segment 1, segment 2. And you might say, okay, what is segment 2? Click on that. It will show you a detailed analysis of what is segment 2. So what is segment 1? It will show you. What are low analysis? This is called business intelligence. This is called business intelligence. Key influencers over here in the insert tab, AI visuals. This is called intelligence, right? So amazing. And you will be providing such in-depth analysis to your boss. And you can say the average number of items is 6. This is 3.37 units lower than overall average, whatever the data is. Maybe what is causing it high? What are the key influencers? You can see that 7.22 and 3.94.
Guys,
So,
imagine your boss asks you how to increase the revenue of the company. Okay, you can basically, with the help of this key influencer, you can see that sum of revenue is more than this much amount, 9,232, if the average number of item increases by 7.22. So then, what we can suggest to the boss, we can launch more of bundle packages. Okay, more of bundle packages where people are buying more number of items as a bundle, which we can give as a discount. And if we are able to do that, we are able to increase the average number of items in one purchase. And if we are able to do that, we will automatically be able to increase the sum of revenue. How many of you feel that this sort of an insight, if you can give to the boss with such accurate numbers, that number of items increases by 7.22, you will be able to increase the sum of revenue as well? How many of you feel this insight, if you give to the boss will be absolutely impressed by the kind of numbers that you are giving to them? Perfect. Awesome. Superb. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely awesome. Superb, guys. That is, guys, I'll just share my screen. So, guys, that is the absolute power. Okay. That is the absolute power of artificial intelligence inside Power BI. Okay. Of making, dashboards and artificial intelligence inside Power BI. How many of you feel that from today onwards, if you have to analyze any sort of data, represent any sort of boring looking raw data in form of dashboards, you will be able to do it in a much faster, much efficient, much smarter manner with the help of Power BI? Type in 10x in the chat box if you really feel so. That with the help of AI, with the help of AI in Power BI, with the help of Power BI, you will be able to do all of this work in a 10x manner from today onwards. 10x, 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 5x. Okay. I see a couple of 5x, 6x as well. Okay. I see, a lot of you saying 10x, but a couple of 5x's as well. Guys, let me ask you something. Okay. Let me ask you something. What if there is a tool? Okay. What if there is a secret artificial intelligence tool, an AI tool that can help you not just make dashboards out of your data, but it can also help you clean your data. It can help you create charts out of your data. It can help you make stunning looking dashboards out of your data, that too absolutely for free. Okay. Over here with Power BI, we were able to clean our data and everything. We were able to do that. But what if there is one more secret tool for that? Okay. Which can help you do all of this? Will that be amazing if I show you a secret tool which can help you do all of this? Yes, 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 yes. By the way, what do you think? How much time? Okay, what do you think? How much time will you take? Let's say if I give you a raw piece of data and you need to clean that data, you need to analyze that data, you need to create charts out of that data, and you need to make stunning looking dashboards as well. Okay, how much time will you need in order to do all of this? 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 2 hours, 20 minutes. 20 minutes. That is superb, guys, because cleaning your data itself. Okay, cleaning your data itself. Sometimes it takes days in order to clean your data. That data cleaning is one of the most difficult jobs of doing data analysis. Data cleaning, one of the most difficult, time taking, boring task. Like you need to spend a lot of time in order to do this. Sometimes it even takes days. Proper data cleaning, sometimes it even takes days in order to do that. But let's say you are taking a couple of hours in order to do that. Okay, let's say you're taking a couple of hours in order to do that. What if what if I tell you that this particular secret tool that I'm talking about can, with the help of AI, okay, with the help of AI, can reduce that time, okay, can reduce that time to under 1 minute? Will you all will be completely mind blown if we can, okay, if we can clean our data, create charts out of our data, and also create stunning looking dashboards out of our data for free in under 1 minute. I want the biggest yes in the chat box if you all want me to show this particular tool. That would be shocking. It's impossible. Is it even possible? Okay. Yes, 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 yes. All right, guys. If you want to do all of this in under 1 minute, the tool that we are going to be using for this is called Data Squirrel. Okay, Data Squirrel, guys, is a tool via which you will be able to do all of this work in under 1 minute. How does it work? Let's try to understand it with the help of a demo. Okay, let's try to understand it with the help of a demo. So I'll simply go to datasquirrel.ai. Okay, I have shared the link with you all in the chat box as well. Okay, shared the link with you all in the chat box. Now, once you go to Data Squirrel, you will see a dashboard like this. Over here, you need to create an account for yourself. You can simply go to try for free, create an account for yourself. Okay. Once you create an account for yourself, it will give you a certain number of free credits. I think it is around 4 or 5 credits that they give every month. So you can use that until for totally free. If you want to use it beyond that, you can simply pay for it. Okay. You can simply pay for it. Or what is the third option that you can do? Okay. What is the third option that you can do? Simply create a new account for yourself, guys. Jugadu way. Okay, simply create a new account for yourself if you want to basically do it beyond 4 dashboards a month. Okay, so once you create an account for yourself, you will have a screen like this. Okay, once you have a screen like this, you simply need to click on new projects. Okay, click on new project. Okay, over here you will get two options. One is a Google Sheet option, one is this particular file option. Okay, guys, is there anyone who works on Google Sheets as well? Explain once again. That did nothing. Just simply went to datasquirrel.ai, made an account for myself. Nothing. Did nothing so far. Okay. Then clicked on new project. Is there anyone who works on Google Sheets over here? Me. Yes, me. No, me. Okay. People, whoever works on Google Sheet, okay, you can do the same analysis. The same thing that I'm going to be doing with an Excel file, you can do with a Google Sheet as well with the help of Data Squirrel. Just paste your data, just paste your Google Sheet link over here, and you will be able to do it with Google Sheet also. Let's say if you want to do it with Excel, simply click over here. Okay, once you click over here, choose the file. Okay, choose the file you want to work on. Let's say I want to work on this particular file. Okay, so I'll choose this particular file. Now my file is being uploaded into the Data Squirrel system. And guys, let me tell you something. Data Squirrel is a completely safe to use software. Okay, you don't need to worry about your data privacy or anything like that. We'll talk more about that as well. Okay, but firstly, let's have a look at the file that I have just uploaded. Okay, I uploaded this particular file right now, which is basically an employee data set which contains a lot of names, basically a lot of employees of a company, their age group, what is their attrition, whether they have left the company, they are still in the company, what group, what department do they belong to, what is their hourly rate, what is their salary slab. All of this is mentioned in this particular file. Okay, this is the file that we want to analyze, clean, and make dashboards out of. Guys, what do you think? Is this a confidential data set or not? Is it a confidential data set? Yes or no? Yes. Because as an employer, I wouldn't want to show my employees' salary. All of my employees are over here. I do not want to show their salary and make it a non-confidential data set. Okay, I want to make it a confidential data set only. Okay, so this is a confidential data where basically there are names of people, there are their salaries, their age ranges, etc. All of this information is there in this particular data set. Now guys, let me ask you something. What if I simply hide this particular column? Okay, what if I hide this particular column of the employee names? Okay, do you still think this remains a confidential data set? Now, because like earlier, this was the salary slab of one particular person, the hourly rate of one person, the gender of one person, the attrition, the age of one person. Now, if I am removing their name from this particular data set, does it remain a confidential data set anymore? This could be now salary of any person in the company. This could be age group of any person in the company. This could be data of basically any person in the company. Agree with me? Yes or no? Agree with me? Yes, absolutely non-confidential. Yes. Guys, exactly. Okay. For exactly that purpose, once you upload your data set in Data Squirrel, if you go on click to review, simply click on click to review. Once you do that, see this, see what is coming over here. Data Squirrel has automatically identified that full name. Okay, full name over here was is a column which contains sensitive data like name, email ID, or payment details. Automatically identified that, and now Data Squirrel has also automatically this data in this column will be automatically anonymized. What does anonymized mean? Basically, it changes. Let's say if this were the details of Aditya Goenka, okay, these were my details. What it would do, it would put a specific number like, employee number 2, or let's say ABCD employee has this particular salary, and it changes the names of all the people who were, who are working in this particular organization to make this a non-confidential data set. How many of you are absolutely mind blown? Okay, absolutely mind blown by this particular feature of data squirrel, via which your data automatically becomes, like it is automatically making your confidential data a non-confidential information, like, by anonymizing all the important ones, all the sensitive data. How many of you feel that this is an absolutely mind-blowing feature? Me. Absolutely amazing. Shocked, Aditya. Me. Superb, guys. Okay. If you think that this is not confidential, you can simply click it off also and it will work. Okay. So that is how it works. It is automatically being able to do so. Now, guys, also, I want you all to see one more thing. Over here, you can see that there are few extra blank spaces and all as well. The data is not clean. Few blank spaces over here, extra blank spaces over here, over here. So like this, in the entire data set, there is a lot of data which is not clean. Okay, which is not clean. Okay, what if? What if we are able to clean all of this data by simply clicking on this auto clean and import? Simply click on this auto clean and import button over here. Wait for a couple of seconds. Guys, wait for a couple of seconds because some magic is happening in the background and the magic has already happened. Okay. We have performed the following data cleaning task. Corrected one inconsistent label variation in one column, detected one value such as NA, etc., ignored it, anonymized one column to protect privacy as well. Now you can download the clean data by clicking the download button. So in a matter of seconds, you have been able to clean your entire data. How many of you are absolutely mind blown by this? Is the platform trustable and secured for our sensitive data? Absolutely. Okay. You data squirrel, if you go to the privacy policy of data squirrel, you will be able to find that once you delete, from data squirrel, it will delete from its permanently from its server also. Okay. Already it is being giving the option of anonymizing your data so that no confidential data is uploaded in data squirrel. And if you delete it, it will be deleted from its server permanently. Okay. So you don't need to worry about confidentiality as such. Okay, so data security would be of topmost priority. Okay, so data cleaning already done. Okay, data cleaning already done. Now, if you have to ask any question from Data Squirrel, you can ask that also over here. Or if you want to make a dashboard out of your data, there is this button called Auto AI. Can everyone see this Auto AI button over here? Right? Yes. Okay. Now, simply click on this Auto AI button. Simply click on this Auto AI button and wait for a few seconds, guys. Wait for a few seconds. Let's see what is it that we get. Okay. It's been 5 seconds now. 10 seconds. 15. Around 20 seconds now. Around 25 seconds. Around 30 seconds now. And boom, guys, under 30 seconds, guys, look at what you have in front of your screen. Okay, you have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. You have a dashboard containing 17 different analysis, 17 different charts of the various parameters in your data set. Some of them being, bar charts, column charts, pie charts, all of this, line charts, all of this in one single dashboard you have been able to make from your data set in around 30 seconds. In around 30 seconds. And that's not it, guys. If you go further, let's say if you want to edit this data instead of bar chart, you want a column chart. Simply click on edit this chart. Simply click on edit this chart. Let's say instead of bar chart, you want column chart. You can make it a column chart by simply clicking on this button. You can make it as a column chart. Let's say instead of per salary slab, you want it age group wise. Simply click on age group wise and your entire data will be modified age group wise. Okay. Now let's say if you want to download this particular data, download this particular image, simply click on download button over here, and then again click on download button over here, and you will be able to download this particular image as well. Okay, download this particular chart. Okay, go to back. Let's say if you want to share this particular thing with your boss, click on share, and you will be able to share this entire dashboard with your boss. Let's say if you want to showcase this, let's say instead of this, anything else. Okay guys, anything else. Let's say if you want to showcase it as a column chart, you will be able to do that. Instead of count of rows, you want to do count of, let's say, attrition, you will be able to do that. Instead of count, if you want unique count, you will be able to do that. All of this, guys, all of this work you will be able to do in a matter of seconds. Okay, in a matter of seconds you are able to create an entire dashboard containing so much data, so much information about your data set. How many of you feel that your boss would be completely mind blown and they would go completely wow if you are able to make such sort of a dashboard, and that too in under 1 minute? Wow, amazing, awesome, it's amazing. Boss will be shocked. Wow, 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 cool. Can we paste this on the PPT? Why not? Simply download it. We have been able to download it, right? Simply download the charts and paste it in your PowerPoint presentation. If you can share this directly with your boss, if it is allowed in your company, you can simply share it with your boss directly using this particular button. Okay. So that is how powerful Data Squirrel is. That is how powerful this Data Squirrel is. Which format? PNG format it is. It is happening. So guys, now did you actually realize what is the power of artificial intelligence when used properly? Okay, artificial intelligence inside Power BI, artificial intelligence inside Data Squirrel. And guys, it's not, I see this particular question, which is better, Data Squirrel or Power BI. Guys, it's not a question of which is better, this or that. It's a question of this and that. Okay, you should be using Data Squirrel whenever that is required. You should be using Power BI whenever that is required. All of these tools are very, very essential for you to be able to grow in your career. Because if you start using artificial intelligence in these softwares, you will be able to do your work much, much faster in a much efficient manner, which will help you trump over your peers. Okay, any other person in your organization, if they're working without artificial intelligence, and if you're using AI in your work, you can see the difference of work. You can see the gap in the quality of the work, in the speed of the work that you are being able to produce because of AI. Agree with me? Agree with me? Do you all resonate with me on this particular thing which I just said? Yes, agreed. Absolutely agreed, Aditya. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, guys, perfect, perfect, superb. So we, before we move on to more learning for the day, it is very essential for us to summarize before learning more about Power BI, about everything that we have to cover in today's session. It is very essential for us to summarize. Okay, to summarize whatever we have learned so far. Okay, so far we have gone from absolutely zero or little knowledge in Power BI to, guys, keep on typing in a yes in the chat box if you think that we have covered this in the session or before the session. Okay, installed Power BI desktop in your system. We had shared the steps for it before the class itself. Hope you have done it. If you have not done it, we'll be sharing the steps again with you guys in the notes of the session. Yes, then we learned how we can connect various data sources in Power BI. Yes, then we learned how to do manual calculations using that data analysis expressions. We were able to use that in order to do any sort of calculation in Power BI. Yes, then we learned how to create card visualizations inside Power BI. Then we learned how to create line charts and column charts inside Power BI. Then we learned how to create gauge charts. We learned how to create pie charts and donut charts. We learned how to create slicers in order to slice our data inside Power BI. Then we learned about the interactivity features in Power BI. Then we learned how to summarize data to provide meaningful insights in Power BI. We found out about the trends analysis using Power BI. Then we were able to answer any sort of question. Okay, ask Power BI the question. The AI inside Power BI will be able to answer it for you. We learned about that. Then we learned how to customize themes in Power BI to make our dashboard more attractive. What are the things that we can do? We added borders, we changed the color from white to black. We were able to see the various different sort of themes in Power BI and able to choose any of that. Then we learned how we can clean an entire raw data set. We learned how to analyze it, and we learned how to create a complete dashboard out of it, all in under a minute. We were able to do it actually in around 30 seconds itself, but let's say in under a minute, we were able to do all of this. How many of you feel that we covered each and everything in this particular session so far? Yes, yes. Yes, me, Aditya. Superb, guys. I love this energy in the chat box. I want you all to maintain this energy for the rest of the session as well in the chat box itself. Okay, this energy which you give will help me revert the same amount of energy back to you guys. Okay, so if you feel that we learned all of this in the session, once, guys, now since we have seen the power of AI inside Power BI, the power of AI tools in general, I want to ask a few questions to you guys. Okay, firstly, I want to ask you all, okay, now, my friend, do you understand the real potential, okay, the true potential of artificial intelligence and data analysis using artificial intelligence? Do you understand the real potential of it now? Yes, yes, absolutely. Yes, 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 yes. Now, my friend, do you understand how leveraging data can help you become much more efficient? Okay, if you were not be able to leverage data so far, if you start leveraging data from today onwards, how you can become much more efficient and faster at your work if you are able to do so? Yes. Now, my friend, do you understand how AI can easily take over most of your work and how you can soon be out of your job if you do not master it? We saw the potential of data squirrel. We saw the potential of AI in Power BI about the Q&A features in Power BI. How AI has become so powerful. Yes. Now, my friend, do you see how important it is for you to not just learn, but to master the most in demand softwares and technologies in today's world in order to not just survive in your career, but grow in your career and get the salary increment that you have always desired for? Do you all agree with me on this, on all of these four statements? Yes or no? Yes, agree with you. Yes, Aditya, 100% agree. Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely, guys. It is of the need of the hour for all of us to understand that artificial intelligence has become so powerful. Okay, listen to the statements by Nvidia CEO, by Elon Musk, by anyone in the world, and they will also tell you how artificial intelligence has become so important. It has become so crucial that it is being integrated in each and every work that is happening in the world. Okay, in the US it is happening at a much faster pace. In India also this is happening, and we are already seeing the results of it. Okay, you will see that it has become so essential for each and every person in the world to upskill themselves with AI, because if you do not learn AI right now, be ready to lose your job in the next 12 to 15 months in a guaranteed manner. Yes, guys, in the next 12 to 15 months, each and every company, each and every department, each and every job role, AI is coming for it. Okay, and it is the need of the hour. If you do not learn AI right now, companies are doing things which they have never done in the past. Companies like Microsoft are not just laying off one people, two people, or 10 people. They are laying off entire departments of people because of this AI revolution. Microsoft has already cut more than 10,000 jobs, and this was 2023. Goldman Sachs laid off 3,200 people. JP Morgan laid off 500 people because of this AI revolution. And all of this, I'm showing you 2023 news. Okay. If you talk about 2024, the number of news of layoffs have, of course, decreased, but it is not true that the number of layoffs have decreased. Simply go to layofftracker.fii. Okay. If you go to layofftracker.fii, you will see that the number of layoffs which are happening in 2023, the number of layoffs which are happening in 2024 are even more. It has exponentially increased even more because of this AI revolution which is happening. Okay, and this is not happening just in MNCs. This is happening in MNCs. This is happening in corporates. This is happening in startups as well, across the domains. Okay, you talk about coders or developers, most coders in India will lose jobs within a year or two. This is not me saying, this is the CEO of Stability AI, Imad Mustik, basically ex-CEO of Stability AI, Imad Mustik, who said that most coders in India will lose their job within a year or two. Talking about, talk about any department, AI is coming for it. Accounting and finance, coming for it. Marketers, AI replaces nearly 4,000 marketing jobs in May. HR professions, it's coming for HR professions as well. It is, professions we never thought could be replaced by AI, like doctors, lawyers, and legal professions. It is coming for that as well. In fact, it is coming for CEOs as well. A major Chinese gaming company has replaced their CEO with AI, and things appear to be going so far very well for them. Okay, so AI has become so crucial, and we all are an entire generation of people who are basically working in jobs which are not even gonna exist without AI in the next 12 to 15 months. So it has become so important. And if you guys, if there is anyone over here or anyone like that in general who thinks that if they try to compete with AI मेरा कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ सकता, I don't need to use AI. Let me tell you guys, if you try to compete with AI, you will lose. Okay, because AI is smarter, AI is faster, AI is cheaper than all of us. Not just than you. It is AI is smarter, faster, cheaper than me. It is smarter, faster, cheaper than Sharad. It is smarter, faster, cheaper than anyone in the world. Okay, that is how smart AI is. So you cannot compete with AI. So what do you need to do? You should not compete with AI, but you should make AI your friend. Okay, make AI your friend, make AI your partner. Okay, because if you work with AI, if you make AI your collaborator, you will absolutely win, because AI cannot work on its own. AI needs an operator to be worked on. So AI won't replace you directly, only a person using AI will. Okay, is everyone clear with this particular thing? Like, AI can't replace you directly. Only a person who uses AI can replace a person who is not using AI. Okay, so if you work with AI, if you make AI your friend, you will absolutely win in the long run. That is how powerful AI is. Okay, now in order to do all of this, in order to basically win in this AI revolution, you should be, I have been focusing on this earlier also, I will still focus on it again. You should be mastering. Okay, you should not just be learning, you should be mastering artificial intelligence and prompt engineering. Okay, what is prompt engineering? Prompt engineering is the art of talking to AI. The way you communicate with AI, what you tell to AI so that AI does the work for you, that is called as prompt engineering. Okay, so the better the prompts you give, the better the answers you get, and that is the art of prompt engineering, one of the highest paying AI, job in the world. This is not me saying, this is the World Economic Forum which has said that prompt engineering will be the highest paying job in this particular century. Okay, so that is why you all, okay, I want all of you to learn to use artificial intelligence and prompt engineering for doing your day-to-day work, for doing your research work and your project work, for doing your client work, for getting better jobs out there in the market, for coding with the help of AI, for management and team leadership with the help of AI, for writing and designing work with the help of AI, and for doing data analysis with the help of AI. Okay, if you start using AI and prompt engineering for all of this, you will automatically become super productive at your work. Okay, now, along with this, okay, guys, I want to share something with you all. At Office Master, okay, at Office Master, the best thing that we have created is not the content, like, the workshops that we conduct generally or something like that. That is not the best thing that we have conducted. At Office Master, the most valuable thing that we have created is the network of HRs. Okay, we have created a very, very strong network of AVP HRs, of HR managers, of the top HRs across India. Okay, we have created a network of it, and we pay them lakhs of rupees in order to give them information, in order to give us information. What is the sort of information we seek from them? We seek information from them. What are the most important skills? What are the most important softwares that our students should be learning, so as to for them to grow exponentially in their career? What are the skills that these companies, the top HRs, what are the skills that these HRs, these companies are paying the maximum amount of money to? Like, which skill if I have, I'll be get paid the maximum. So these network of HRs whom we pay a lot of money, they give us this information of the best skills, the best softwares you should be learning in this particular year, in 2024, in 2025, in order to grow maximum in your career. If I get enough energy in the chat box, I can share these list of skills, the exact blueprint you should be following in order for maximum growth in your career. Do you all want me to share this particular blueprint with you, the list of skills you should be learning to grow maximum in your career? I want the maximum amount of energy in the chat box, guys, because this is going to be something very, very valuable for you in 2024, in 2025, and going forward. Yes? Yes, 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 please. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So, guys, the number one skill right there in front of you, which is learn to use prompt engineering and artificial intelligence for doing all of this sort of work for yourself. Apart from it, apart from learning about AI and prompt engineering, the skill that you should be learning is about the skill that we learned today as well, which is Power BI. Okay, Power BI, one of the most essential skills which these HRs tell us, that using Power BI, you can make AI powered dashboards. And CEOs of top companies, CXOs of top companies, they are valuing this particular skill so much, because if you learn this particular skill, you will be able to transform boring looking raw data into beautiful looking interactive dashboards. Okay, so whatever we learned today were the fundamentals of Power BI, were the fundamentals of AI and Power BI. There is so much more about Power BI that you all should be learning so as to grow maximum in your career. Okay, along with Power BI. Okay, Power BI in itself, if you go for just a Power BI job, it will pay you around 17 LPA or so. But if you club Power BI along with structured query language, Okay, skill number 3, guys, structured query language. SQL is so important, because I don't need to tell to you, you would already know that data is the new oil. How many of you agree with me on this statement that data is the new oil? Yes, yes, agreed. Yes, absolutely. Me, agree. Me. Yes, guys. So data is the new oil, and that is why each and every person in the world should be knowing, should know how to manage a company's data. Okay, like I can tell it to you, I can give it to you in writing that within the next 8 to 12 months, okay, structured query language will be a skill which will be so highly paid for, as these HRs tell us, because using SQL you can manage a company's data, and like it is one of the best softwares if you want to manage a company's data. Data is the thing which companies would be fighting for, and that is why companies would be ready to pay the highest amount to the employees who can use structured query language very well. So this is the third skill, very important skill that you should be learning. Apart from it, the fourth number skill is a skill which is a software basically which is used by approximately 1.5 billion people every single day. Yes, guys, 1.5 billion people every single day use this particular software, but out of that, I can tell you 99.9% people don't even know how to use that particular software effectively. What is the software I'm talking about? It is Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel is such an important skill that each and every working professional should be knowing, because using this simple software, you can do so much amount of work for your organization, but still only 0.1% people in the world know well how to use Microsoft Excel. That is why it is so important for all of us, for every working professional, to learn everything right from basics of Microsoft Excel to advanced Microsoft Excel, which includes the 60 plus advanced formulas in Microsoft Excel, about the pivot tables, advanced pivot tables in Microsoft Excel, about the advanced data visualization. I'm not talking about normal bar chart or column chart like this. I'm talking about advanced data visualization. You should be knowing that in Microsoft Excel. You should be knowing about the advanced functions and tools in Microsoft Excel, about how to use macros, automation, and AI inside Microsoft Excel. You should be learning all of this in order to become a true Microsoft Excel expert. Once you learn everything about this, the next skill, the fifth number skill that you should be learning is about Tableau, which is the number two, the number one BI tool in the world, which is Power BI. We learned the fundamentals of it in today. You should be learning everything about it, Power BI, which is the number one BI tool, which is the number two BI tool, which is Tableau. Why is Tableau important? Because, guys, Tableau helps you in forecasting and predicting your KPIs. Okay, one very important thing which companies value a lot, which is predicting your KPIs. Let's say you work in a company which has to manage some sort of inventory. If you have to manage an inventory, so using the power of Tableau, you will be able to forecast and tell the company that, hey boss, you should be keeping this much amount of quantity in our warehouse for for the next 2 months. In the third month, you should be keeping this much amount of quantity in the fourth month. So basically, you will be able to forecast and predict your KPIs, and that is possible with the help of Tableau. After learning Tableau, you should be learning everything about advanced PowerPoint presentations, and you should be able to do that just in 30 minutes. Because, guys, if you're someone who wants to rise up the hierarchy, if you want to grow vertically in your career, like become your manager, become your manager's manager, become your boss's boss. So if you want to do that, creating PowerPoint presentations, that too in a very quick amount of time, becomes so important, because this is what your bosses do day in and day out. They attend meetings, they deliver presentations. This is what they have to do. And if you want to become your manager, you should be able to do all of this work in just 30 minutes. That is the list of skills, guys, that you should be following in order for exponential growth in your career. Can I get a commitment from you all that you all will be following this list of skills? You all will be learning all of this list of skills in order to get that exponential growth in your career. Type in EG in the chat box if I can expect this exponential growth from my students, because you all are my students. I want all of you to grow in your career, and that is why I've shared this list with you all. EG. Repeat once again. Okay, I'll repeat it quickly. Okay. Number one skill, you should be learning everything about AI and prompt engineering. Okay. Number two skill, you should be learning everything about AI powered dashboards using Microsoft Power BI. We learned the fundamentals of it. You should be learning everything about it. Number three skill, you should be learning structured query language, because if you club structured query language, like gonna be one of the most important skills in the next 8 to 12 months, gonna be paid the highest. Okay. Number four skill you should be learning is everything right from basics to advanced of Microsoft Excel. Number five skill, you should be learning how to predict and forecast your KPIs using Tableau. And number six skill, you should be learning everything about advanced PowerPoint presentation just in 30 minutes. Clear to each and everyone? List of skills clear to each and everyone for exponential growth in your career? Yes. Yes. Perfect, guys. Perfect. Superb, guys. Superb. Okay, awesome. I'll be super glad if you all learn all of this and grow exponentially in your career. By the way, guys, I see already a couple of questions like this in the chat box. Guys, how many of you would like to learn all of this directly from us, directly from me, directly from Sharad? If you want to learn it, that is in that case, you can simply type in a yes in the chat box. If you want to learn it directly from us and become an AI powered working professional to get that exponential growth in your career, is there anyone like that who wants to learn it directly from us? Yes, 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 yes. Wow, guys, superb. I already see 200 plus yeses in the chat box. That is superb, guys. If you are someone who wants to learn it directly from us and become an AI powered working professional to grow ultimately in your career, guys, the next masterclass, okay, the next masterclass that I'm going to be conducting is specifically for you guys. What is it that I'm talking about? The next masterclass that I'm going to be conducting will help you not just learn, but will help you become a master, but not just master. It will also help you become a Microsoft Office specialist, PowerPoint expert. It will help you become a Microsoft certified Power BI data analyst associate. It will help you become a Microsoft Office specialist, Excel expert. It will help you become a Microsoft Office specialist, a Microsoft certified expert, and a Microsoft certified associate. The highest level of certification that you can get for any sort of this particular skill. This is what the masterclass will be. So what am I talking about? The next masterclass that I'm going to be conducting, guys, is the basic to advanced chat GPT, the basic to advanced artificial intelligence, the basic to advanced prompt engineering, the basic to advanced Power BI, the basic to advanced structured query language, the basic to advanced Microsoft Excel, basic to advanced Tableau, and the basic to advanced PowerPoint masterclass. This particular masterclass, guys, has been specifically designed for working professionals and freshers for them to help them grow exponentially in their career. Now, before I talk more about the masterclass, guys, let me tell you how we originated with the masterclass. Okay, because of the network that we have created of HRs. Okay, like whenever we used to talk to the HR network that we have built, they always used to tell us that there are no good candidates in the market, there are no good skilled candidates in the market, and like it used to be a very recurring thing. And then whenever we used to talk to the students, to working professionals who were joining our courses, we always used to get this particular thing from them that there are no good jobs in the market. Whatever jobs are there, they are not paying well, etc., etc. So this used to be the complaint from student side, from working professional side, and there are no good candidates in the market. This used to be the complaint from the HR side. So we were wondering what could be the issue. Why are both of them saying the exact same thing again and again? So what we realized, okay, the exact issue that was of those skills. Okay, HRs were looking for specific skills via which they were willing to hire candidates, and candidates had that old skills itself, and they were not upgrading themselves in order to get the best jobs out there in the market. That is why that match was not being created. Exactly for this particular reason, we started working on this, and we created this particular masterclass which will help you become skilled and get matched to the jobs which are actually high paying in nature. That is exactly the purpose of this particular masterclass, which will not just help you learn, okay, but it will help you master and get certified by Microsoft directly on the most in demand skills of the present and the data and AI driven future. Okay, this is what the masterclass is about. And the best part about the masterclass, you need no prior knowledge. You could be from BCom, you could be from commerce background, from science background, from arts background. You need no prior knowledge, and there is no age criteria as such for the masterclass. You could be in your 30s, 40s, 50s, and this particular masterclass will serve you absolutely well. Okay, so it will help you not just learn but master and get certified by Microsoft in the most in demand skills of the present and the AI and data driven future. Also, like guys, one thing that we realized while we were delivering this masterclass earlier, that people were not ready to invest in softwares. Like, they used to take the masterclass, but then they were like, we cannot spend additionally for softwares. So what we decided that in this particular masterclass, for this particular, later on what we started, you will be getting along with the masterclass premium GPT plus subscription. Okay, GPT, the free version which is out there in the internet, GPT 3.5, that is the free version. It is not connected to the internet. Along with this masterclass, you will be getting GPT-4, okay, which is connected to the internet. And if I show you the pricing for it, it costs $20 or basically 1700 rupees every single month for GPT Plus, which is connected to the internet. In this masterclass, you will be getting GPT Plus for absolutely free, not for 1 month, 2 months, for many, many months. Okay. Along with it, you will be getting premium Microsoft Office 365 as well. Okay. MS Office like 2019, 2021, 2016, all the previous versions of Microsoft Office did not have AI integrated into it. Microsoft Office's latest version, which is MS Office 365, is the only version which has AI integrated into it. And this particular Microsoft Office 365, if you go to Microsoft's website, you will be able to see MS Office 365 family version. It costs you 6,200 rupees for every single year plus taxes, about 7,000, more than 7,000 rupees every single year for Microsoft Office 365, which is AI enabled. So you will be getting MS Office 365 as well along with this particular masterclass for completely free of cost. Or both of these softwares included to help you work faster, 10x faster every single day. Along with it, this particular masterclass has already helped my students get a salary hike between rupees 60,000 per month to 1.3 lakhs per month. Whatever they have been earning earlier, they have been able to get salary hike between 60,000 to 1.3 lakhs every single month. I'll show you proof for this as well, as 262 of my students have already gotten it in the last 3 months itself. Also, along with the masterclass comes the in-house guaranteed job assistance program, which will help you get a high-paying job of above 18 lakhs per annum, as I mentioned, with our 100% guaranteed in-house job assistance program. This is the exact masterclass that which has helped my students get high-paying jobs in companies like Amazon, Google, Accenture, Meta, Capgemini, Goldman Sachs, Microsoft, KPMG, Deloitte, Emphasis, Infosys, Sony. Talk about any such high-paying job in the world. My students are already working there with the help of this particular masterclass. Now, in this masterclass, guys, when you learn and implement everything in the masterclass, you are supposed to get guaranteed results. What do I mean by that? What are the sort of results that you can expect in the masterclass? You can get a minimum. Okay, I'm not talking about up to, you will get a minimum of 40% salary appraisal in your job with an upgraded designation or with a promotion. Okay, you will get a minimum 40% salary appraisal in your job with a promotion, or you will get a better job with a higher salary package than your current job. Okay, only two sorts of result you can expect in the masterclass. When you learn and implement, you will get a minimum 40% salary appraisal with a promotion, or get a better job with a higher salary package. This thing does not happen if you don't get any of these results. What is it that we'll be doing? It's a 100% guaranteed masterclass. What do I mean by that, guys? You will get 100% money back. Okay, it's 100% money back guaranteed program. So either you get a 40% salary appraisal with a promotion, or get a better job with a higher salary package than your current job, or you get 100% money back guaranteed from this particular masterclass. That is the sort of guarantee that we come. Why so? Because we do not want to, I do not want to take your money if you are not getting results from the masterclass. That is why either you get results or you get your money back. As simple as that. That is how the masterclass works. Now you might be wondering, who is this masterclass exactly for, Aditya? This masterclass, guys, is for all sorts of people. Who is this? It's for working professionals, it's for freshers, it's for students. Okay, across the background, like you could be from science background, from commerce, from arts, across the age groups, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. In fact, more than 50% of our students are above the age of 35. That is what the masterclass is for. Talking specifically, guys, you could be a working professional who is earning less than 18 LPA in your job right now. If you're someone who's earning less than 18 LPA in your job right now, this masterclass will help you get a job of more than 18 LPA in the next 2 months. Okay, guys, in the next 2 months, from 60 days from now onwards. Okay, it will help you get a 18 LPA plus job in a guaranteed manner. Okay, not just like this, in a guaranteed manner, you will be able to get a 18 LPA plus job. Or this masterclass is also for people. Let's say if you're already earning more than 18 LPA in your job, this masterclass will help you get a minimum 40% salary appraisal in your current company with a better designation. Already earning more than 18 LPA, that is super. This particular masterclass, once you learn everything, once you implement everything in the masterclass, will help you get a 40% salary appraisal, minimum 40%, that too also in a guaranteed manner. Also, this masterclass, let's say if you're a student or a fresher and you do not want to start your career with a very basic 4 LPA salary, as most students, freshers in India do. If you want to start your career with a minimum 10 LPA plus job at the start of your career, this masterclass is for you. Also, if you are someone who is looking to shift your career, okay, who is looking for a guaranteed job assistance program with a, and wanting to shift your career with a 17 to 24 LPA package, you will be able to do so with the help of the company tie-ups that we have built at Office Master. This particular masterclass is for you. All of this in an absolute guaranteed manner. Okay. Now, what are the things that we'll be covering in this masterclass which will help you get that sort of growth. So guys, number one, once we start off with the masterclass, we'll be starting off with how to talk to AI. Basically, the A to Z of prompt engineering. What is prompt engineering? The art of talking to AI. It is the highest paying AI job. And this is not me saying, this is the World Economic Forum, which has said that the prompt engineering will be the highest paying AI job in this particular century. Okay. So we'll be starting off with the masterclass by learning everything about prompt engineering, prompt framework, prompt priming, prompt iteration, teach me prompt, ask for advice prompt. All of this we'll be learning. As you can see, like, prompt engineer's salary, if you go and Google, you will be able to see, like, Forbes.com reporting $300,000 salary. Basically, 2.5 crore salary, 2 crore salary has become common for prompt engineers. But guys, this is in the US. I am not saying that you will get 2 crore of salary in India. That is not possible. In India, you can expect average package of 17 LPA for prompt engineers. Even as a fresher, you can expect that. Okay. Once we learn everything about prompt engineering, we will be moving on to the second module, which is doing our day-to-day office work with the help of AI. Guys, what do I mean by this? Each and every work that you do in your office can be done better, faster, efficient manner if you integrate it with AI. And that is exactly what we'll be learning in the second module. We'll be learning how you can use AI for workflow automation in your office work, how you can use AI for data analysis in your office, how you can use AI for speech and presentation work, how you can use AI to set up auto AI email responders, how you can use AI to review and improve your teamwork. All of this we'll be learning in the second module. Once we learn this, we'll be moving on to the third module, where we'll be learning how to do our research work, project work, and client work with the help of AI to ensure the highest quality of work. Because guys, if once you learn the third module and show the kind of work to your clients will go completely wow. Okay. So you will be learning how to do fact checking, how to generate research ideas with the help of AI, how to do information curation with AI, how to do validation of information with AI, discussion initiator, market research, product details, competitor analysis, all of this with the help of AI. After learning this, we'll be moving on to the fourth module, one of the most important modules. Why so? Guys, because no degree, no college, no school, no tuition teacher, no one in the world would have taught you something like this. What do I mean? In the fourth module, we'll be learning the art of salary negotiation. Okay, salary negotiation is a skill that no one in the world would have taught you. We'll be learning this in the fourth module, and along with learning everything about salary negotiation, we'll be learning how to job hunt, how to hunt a job to get a 40% salary hike using AI. We'll be able to find jobs which are not there in platforms like Naukri, which are not there in platforms like LinkedIn. You will be able to find those hidden job opportunities. You will be able to create applicant tracking system friendly resumes, ATS friendly resumes. You will be able to do that. You will be able to prepare for job interviews with the help of AI. You'll be able to use AI to determine your extra market worth. All of this in the fourth module. Once we learn all of this, we'll be moving on to the fifth module, where we'll learn how to code with the help of AI, even without having any single sort of coding background knowledge. Okay, because guys, data, IT, AI world, these markets are growing very rapidly, and it is very important for all of us to be able to code with the help of AI. And I'm not expecting you to learn everything about coding right from scratch. I'll be expecting you to implement AI, use AI in order to write codes for you. How to do so? We'll be learning everything about it in the fifth module: how to write codes, how to debug codes, how to develop no code applications, how to convert from one language to another, code from one language to another. All of this we'll be learning in the fifth module. Once we do that, we'll be moving on to sixth module. Again, one very important module. Guys, why so? Because if you're someone who in 2024 is just having one single source of income, let's say even if you're earning 20 LPA, 30 LPA, 50 LPA, if you're having just one single source of income, you could not be doing anything more wrong. Okay. In 2024, in this macro, economic, in such sort of macroeconomic conditions, you should be having at least two sources of income for yourself, so as to protect your family, so as to, protect your savings, all of this. Okay. So it is very important to have a second source of income. And that is exactly what I'll be teaching you in the sixth module: how to build a side hustle using AI to earn a second source of income for yourself. How, what idea to choose, how to market your product, how to sell your product. All of this I'll be teaching you in the sixth module, via which you will be able to build a second income source for yourself. Once we learn all of this, we can call ourselves a true chat GPT, AI, and prompt engineering expert. In fact, we'll also be getting certified. You all will be getting certified as a chat GPT, AI, prompt engineering expert. In fact, you will be getting badges for the same as well. Chat GPT and AI expert, prompt engineering expert. You'll be getting badges for the same, which you can add in your LinkedIn, which you can add in your resume also. Once we do this, we'll be moving on to the seventh module, which is learning again. Basically we learned about the fundamentals of Power BI today. Then we, in the seventh module, we'll again, for people who want to revise, we'll be again learning the fundamentals of Power BI. Then we'll be moving on to more advanced stuff in Power BI, via which you'll be able to make more AI powered dashboards. You'll be able to use tables and matrix, bar and column chart. Of course, all of this you'll be learning. And then you'll be moving on to 12 AI powered visuals to enhance the way that, you use Power BI. So all of this we'll be learning in the eighth module. Once we do that, we can call ourselves a true Power BI expert. In fact, guys, in the seventh, eighth module, we'll also be doing four real-time case studies. These case studies you can, add to your portfolio. As a part of this masterclass, you'll be learning a lot of projects. You can add it to your portfolio so that even as a fresher, even if you're changing industries in the field of data IT, you can show the kind of work you have already done in the industry. So all of these projects we'll be doing in the seventh, eighth module. Once we do that, we can call ourselves a true Power BI expert. In fact, we'll be getting certified. You'll be getting certified on it from us. Moreover, you'll be getting certified. We'll be teaching you how you can get certified as a Microsoft certified, verified Power BI data analyst associate. The highest level of certification that you can get as a Power BI expert will be, I'll be showing you how you can get that as well. Once we do this, we'll be moving on to the next module, which is learning everything right from fundamentals of structured query language. Again, without having any prior knowledge about structured query language, you will be able to learn everything about SQL, right from basics to advanced SQL to manage your company's data, which is the number one skill for database management in 2024. Okay, once we do all of this, we can call ourselves a true structured query language expert. In fact, you'll be getting certified as a Microsoft certified expert for the same also. Once we do this, we'll be moving on to the next module, which is learning everything right from basics of Microsoft Excel, learning all the most important formulas in Microsoft Excel, like